Lunchtime Livestream, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to get started here in just 1 minute.
Ham Radio Prep is the fastest and most effective program to study for your ham radio license. Our complete multimedia course makes it easy to pass the ham radio license test, even if you're a beginner. Study at your own pace with 10 step-by-step lessons that are simple to understand and cover all of the official FCC questions. Take our course and you'll pass the exam on your first try or your money back, guaranteed. Begin your journey to becoming a licensed ham radio operator.
And there it is. There it is. Good afternoon. I show 12 o'clock straight up. I timed that really well. I don't usually time that too well. Although, you know what? Some people say I have the intro run too long, but the reason I run the intro kind of long, 2 or 3 minutes, I usually start 2 or 3 minutes early. The reason I do that is so that YouTube has enough time to tell everyone, hey, he's live. You guys come join. Because as soon as I click go, I see 10, 20, 30, 60, 100 people join, something like that. Why is closed caption on again? I don't like that. So, hey, Ham Radio 2.0 Lunchtime Livestream, thank you for joining us today. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody out there. Hopefully you guys caught some of the live streams we did last weekend. Those were really fun, and hopefully you are going to be around this weekend we've got an entire playlist going. In fact, you know what? I meant to bring that up, and I forgot to bring that up. We've got an entire playlist going for Friday, December 31st, New Year's Eve, that's going to kick off with Tank. So Frank's going to start us off at 7 o'clock Texas time, and let me get this over here so you guys can see it. 1 second. There's that, and that. Yep, that's there. Okay, here it is right here. So, and I'll share this link in the chat too. So Frank's going to kick this off for about an hour at 7, and then Kyle's going to do his ham radio trivia, which he didn't do a couple weeks ago due to a scheduling conflict. So his monthly trivia is actually going to be the very last day of the month and year. So he's going to do trivia for an hour from 8 to 9. Ham Radio Clubhouse is going to take over and do a New Year's Eve thing from 9 to 10:30 for about an hour and a half. And then I'm going to take over at 10:30, and we're going to bring in the New Year for the East Coast guys and for the Central Time Zone guys. And somebody said the other day, I hope you're there at Pacific Coast time. I'm like, don't know. No promises. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see what happens with that. So I'll share that playlist in the chat here shortly. 100K giveaway. Steve K04AFL just shared that link in the chat. If you haven't signed up there, I've announced the date that we're going to do this live stream giveaway as Sunday, January 23rd. So we're going to give away Flex radios, some radios from Baofeng Tech, some radios from Radioddity, a couple other things kind of here and there. So it should be a fun time, a really cool live stream. So go sign up for that. You guys have really stepped up to help out the Lee family, hamradio.world, the family and the operators behind hamradio.world. We have raised $6,318 of a $5,000 goal. I need to go in and change that goal. I just haven't done that yet. But you guys have really stepped up, and I've got to get all of the back-end bank account stuff done. I went in there to fill out the bank account information. They were asking me questions I didn't know about tax-wise. So I'm going to get my wife, who's a CPA, to help me fill that out. So we're going to do that, and we're going to probably send all that to them right around the first of the year. But it won't close down the GoFundMe campaign. It'll just take the current money that's out of there, and I'll be able to send it directly to them. So that way we can get some money rolling to them. We're going to keep the campaign going, hopefully until James has recovered. He's still doing kind of the same if you're following their Facebook page. So not really any money. I try to pull up that page at least once a day. Michelle usually posts in there once, sometimes twice a day. I usually try to read that once a day and just kind of keep up with what's going on. So we're going to keep this campaign going as long as we can until hopefully James recovers and gets out of the hospital and is able to go home. So fingers crossed and prayers received and welcomed on that as well. So that is something that we're still continuing to run with. And I think KO4AFL has the link for that in the chat as well. I mentioned this on my Friday shopping video, and I've gotten 2 or 3 emails about it this week. Winter Heat is going on again this year. Basically, this is a month-long simplex event. You can do simplex on FM, analog 2-meter, 220, 440, 6-meter. You can do simplex on D-Star, DMR, System Fusion. All of the modes and the... Let me pull that up a little bit. There you go. All of the modes and the frequencies are right there. The website is hamactive.com. I'll put that link in the description for those of you on Team Replay. Looks like a fun event. I think I made like 2 or 3 contacts last year. I didn't put a lot of time into it, but I'm going to take one of my antenna masts down to Galveston when I go down there this weekend and maybe try to do some FM simplex from the beach. So there is that right there. So it's just another event that's going on. Should be fun to do. And guess what? K6ARK, who was in the chat a minute ago, I wonder if he's still there. K6ARK released some antennas on his website. Boy, if I could get... There we go. On his website yesterday, I think it was yesterday. He released some antennas on his website yesterday. He's got those up and available for sale now. These are QRP antenna kits, and they're pretty fun and kind of over my head, but you know, no, they're not. But I've got one that I haven't built yet. I've got one that he built for me, and then I think that the kits are actually an upgrade from those. So go check out k6rk.com for that. Should be a fun time. And that's where we are. Okay, so without further waiting, there we go. I saw you get up, Mike. I'm waiting for you, man. I haven't transitioned over there. There you go.
We're good.
You're good. What's up, man? How are you?
Congratulations, Mr. 100,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
We're all very proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
More importantly, congratulations to K6ARK for finally having his antenna kits out. I'm just gonna show off a little bit.
There it is. Okay, so yeah,
because there's a few of them there.
Yeah,
these are so incredibly cool. If you guys remember, I did a video a couple years, right when COVID kind of started, called like the COVID special or something. QRP.
That's the one that they dinged you for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was using a version of this antenna and with just the X5105, and man, these things are so cool. So good. Super excited to get these put together. I'm not looking forward to the grain of sand sized resistor that's in here, but that's okay. I'll get over it.
We'll figure out. Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that one myself. So that's got to be a lot. I don't want to say. I think I'm overdriving a little bit. How's my audio sound in the chat, guys? Let me know if it's a little hot. I don't want to say that it's going to be easier than a DX Commander, but there's less pieces to it, right? So
I think it'll be easier than a DX Commander.
Okay,
yes.
as long as you agree with that statement.
Yes.
So, oh goodness. So okay. So yeah, I've got one of those kits. In fact, I think I gave a couple. He sent me a couple of those kits that were like prototype kits that I gave away at some giveaway I did a while back. I don't remember which one it was now, but it was I kept one for myself, so I've got one sitting over there. And I need to probably get on that. I just don't go, and quite frankly, this is why I haven't built this kit yet. I don't do a lot of QRP. I'm not. If I had places to go SOTA around here, I would be more interested in QRP.
Bring
and
your
I'm just
705 POTA, man.
Your internet is crapping out, dude.
Plastic.
Yeah, your internet is not you. There it goes. Okay, you're moving again. Your picture froze and you went all R2D2 on me, but
yeah, sudden link.
Sudden link, yeah. Yes, I should bring my 705 and go do POTA. You're right about that.
Yeah.
But even with that, I would probably take like a 100-watt antenna, like a PAC-10 or something. But I guess I could use one of those smaller QRP antennas too, I suppose.
The PAC-10, I'm using like 3 different variations of NFET half waves when I go out. I got the PAC-10, the 1010s, and the KM4ACK NFET half wave.
Yeah.
And they just work.
Yeah. The KM4ACK is another kit that I have to build. And the reason I haven't built that one yet is because Frank wanted me to wait. He wants us to do that together on video. And we just haven't been able to make our schedules work. So we're going to do that probably sometime second week of January. We were just talking about that the other day. But so that, yeah, that's, I've heard really good things about that antenna as well. Yep. So that's always a good one, but cool. Well, do you want to show that antenna you were just telling me about? Or do you want to wait? Do you want to wait on that?
You can pull it up. I'm not good at screen sharing and all that stuff.
Well, you don't have to. I thought you might have one in your hand.
Oh no, I don't have it. I ordered it. I might have it
yet.
in a few weeks. But yeah, we were talking about the spark plug antenna.
Right.
That'll be another bit of unobtainium in the ham radio universe. So yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Okay, so here it is right here. Sparkpluggear.com. Or no. Yeah, sparkpluggear.com. Yeah, so it's I guess it's the size of a spark. It kind of looks like a spark plug, honestly.
So yeah, so basically what it is, it's a there's a bit of plumbing. It's like PEX, but it's called like shark bite or something like that. So that's the tubing. That's what that white part is. It's made of that. And then a toroid, and it's a, what is it, a 64-to-1, I think this is. It's not a 49-to-1. It's not a 49-to-1.
It doesn't really say here on the website, but okay. So
I counted the turns when I was playing with Scots and for non-techies, and I was like, this is more than 14 turns around here. But it works.
And he has a 100-watt version too, which is what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So that's probably
I think he's making even less of the 100-watt versions. Like, it's literally just him hand making them. He has. Yeah. I was just talking to him over the holiday, and he has enlisted. I think he said his wife and his friend to help him because they've got to like pot all the epoxy and stuff, and he has a job. So this is
what does that mean? So yeah,
it means he leaves home and does something for 8 or 9 hours a day, and then comes back.
And then comes back.
Yeah,
yeah. Why haven't we done this before? I mean, you're at home all day now. So I need to get you on the lunchtime streams a little bit more often. So Mike and I were talking before the camera went live. Okay, we need, and I don't want to use this guy's website for what I'm about to say. We need to figure out a website that we can completely obliterate on New Year's Eve, like we did to KM4. I think it was it Pactena we did that to last year?
We did it to Pactena and KM4 ACK.
AM4 both of them.
We need to find someone's website to crash and sell them out everything.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so you guys bring your suggestions. Hit me up in Discord. Send me an email with suggestions on somebody's website that we can completely annihilate, and bring your credit cards with you to the happy hour so that when we
I already know who it'll be.
Okay, who? You can tell me
the thing we were talking about the video that I'm editing right now.
Okay. Yeah, let's not let the cat out of the bag quite yet.
Yeah.
That way
that would be a good one. That would be a good one. All the
orders in. Yeah. No, I think you're right. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, because we need to we definitely need to crash somebody's website. And they need to wake up January 2nd or January 1st and be like, how did I get 150 orders last night?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That's always fun.
Yeah, for sure. So cool, man. So we're gonna go do POTA on Saturday, and in Galveston, and I got people hitting me up and asking me if they can come out, and so anybody who's in the area or willing to drive to the area and can drive there and back in the same day, we don't have room for people to stay at this location, but except for maybe Mike. But and Frank's going to come down on Saturday also. Mm-hmm. So he's going to live stream from home on Friday evening. Then he's going to get up early Saturday morning, drive down.
Yeah. No, I've got to get back home because on the 2nd we're doing POTA at Huntsville.
Right.
So anyone that wants to come do POTA at Huntsville State Park on Sunday the 2nd, come on down. We'll be there.
Yeah. So we're going to POTA at Galveston Island State Park on Saturday and at Huntsville State Park on Sunday. So anybody who's willing to drive in and out the same day is welcome to come and hang with us during those times. Yep. But
you also get an award for working parks on the air in the first week of the year. What is it, the New Year's award or something like that?
Yeah, so. Bring in the new year or something like that. So yeah, that'll be fun to do as well. So Yeah, looking forward to that. Coastal Waves and Wires, $9.99 super chat. Mike, I enjoyed that beach video in Washington, but you need to get over here on the East Coast and catch some better waves.
So, Walt, I used to live in Virginia. I lived in Richmond for 4 years. So I'm very familiar with where you're at. I'd go to Virginia Beach quite often. I love jet noise. Really cool. I would move back to Virginia in a heartbeat. I absolutely loved it there. So, yeah, but I'm happy to go back anytime. I love it there.
Yeah. For sure. Richard Blivens says, what band are we going to be on for POTA?
Metallica.
Yeah. Likely 20 meters. But you know what? If 15 meters is up, I'm going to drop down and do some 15 meters. But if you guys aren't familiar with the POTA.app website, please go check the POTA.app website and look at the spotter page on that website. It auto refreshes by itself every 30 or 60 seconds or whatever it is. Yeah. And you can always see, and you can filter stuff now. They made a lot of updates to that a while back. You can filter by band. You can filter by mode. If you don't want to see all the guys operating CW, you want to just do sideman, you can filter by mode. Check the POTA website, but it's hard to answer the question of what band we'll be on, because once we get out there, get set up, and start listening to see what band is up, we don't know what frequency we're going to be on because we got to find a clear one. I've been really enjoying the opening up of 12, 15, and 17 meters lately. It's easy to do 20 meters. 20 meters is easy to do. So if I can do something besides 20 meters, that's usually what I'm going to do. 12 and 15 meters would be really fun to activate on. 17 also.
20 has sucked for me lately. Like it hasn't been dead. Like I see signals on the waterfall. I call CQ. I might get 1, 2. Well, I got 10 the other day, and it took me probably 20 minutes to do that. But then I switched to 40, and it was just instant pile up.
Really?
I got like 83 contacts in an hour. So, something stupid, ridiculous. Like with the 705 QRP.
I can't say that. I can't say that surprises me, and here's why. Because twice last week, last Wednesday, and 6 a.m. in the morning, and also on Christmas Day on Saturday, I live streamed myself making FT8DX contacts on 40 meters to Japan and China and Indonesia and everything. And I'm like, how is this open on 40 meters? Yeah. And if you just get up early enough, the 40 meter band has been excellent. So it kind of dies around 10:30, 11 a.m. here in where I am. But in the evenings and in the mornings, it's been fantastic. So yeah, 40s is.
I was out in the middle of the day.
Were you really?
2 o'clock in the afternoon? Yeah, just banging them out. You'd call CQ over and over again on 20, and then go to 40, and it's like they're there waiting for you. It's crazy.
Well, maybe they are. If you go look at the FT8 waterfall, the FT8 waterfall is lit up on 20 meters during the day. And the 15 meter has been also, and the 17 meter is, but not as much.
I haven't heard much on 15, and my antennas aren't resonant on 17. So
okay, all right.
There.
I've been using an off center fed dipole. That N9 SAB antenna is what I have up here at the house right now. And it tunes 15. It's supposed to be a 40 meter off center fed, and it does 40 and 20 beautifully. But the SWR is a little bit. It's like a 1.6 to 1 on 15, but on 17 it's like 1.2.
That's nothing.
So yeah, it's been working great. But I've been really happy with that. But it's just been a really fun time of. I know some people are like, well, FT8's fun if you're sitting at home doing nothing else. It's not that fun if you're trying to record a video of yourself doing POTA at a park. It's just kind of boring. But
it would be very boring.
Yeah. But if you ever camp at a park for a couple of nights and you get tired, your voice gets tired of calling CQ, working sideband all day, you can sit back and turn the camera off and start calling CQ POTA on FT8 overnight and still add contacts to your list that you can submit logs with. So, I've done that before. That's fun. So, but that's a good thing there. But yeah, so we're gonna definitely be in Galveston on Saturday and Huntsville, Texas, on Sunday. And I've never activated Huntsville before, so I'm looking forward to getting out there.
Are you coming up?
In my logbook. Oh yeah.
Oh cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about location, and so are we going to be on the beach in Galveston? I've been looking at the weather. It's kind of.
That was what I was going to mention that a minute ago. When I checked the weather last weekend, they were calling for rain on Saturday in Galveston. Now, this is Texas, and it's Galveston. Weather in Galveston changes every 30 minutes. So we're just going to have to probably make a game time decision on that. Well, I would rather go to the beach. In fact, I was going to see if you wanted to bring up your canopy.
Yeah.
So you can bring up your canopy and or bring down your canopy, I guess. If nothing else, we can go to the other side of the FM 3005, and there are covered areas up there, but they're not very big. So
it's better than nothing. I mean, if it's going to be raining, you know.
Yeah. So we'll just have to kind of play that one by ear, I guess.
I would rather be on the beach for antenna's sake, because I want you to bring me back my Wolf River coils that you've had for 6 months now.
Yeah.
I want to try those on the beach.
Yeah. Okay.
Like with the counterpoise in the water.
Yeah.
I've not done that yet. Or I was thinking about the DX Commander on the beach. That would look pretty awesome.
That'd make for some really good pictures for sure.
Yeah. But I'd be concerned. Well, the tide doesn't come in that fast. Like my luck, it would be I would set it up and then the tide would come in, and then like the Wolf River coils, the feed point is at least off the ground a few inches, where the DX Commander, it's right in the dirt. So
right.
So that's my only concern with that. But
well,
you're probably bringing the BSP.
Yeah, I'll have that. And Scott said something about wanting me to set up the hex beam, and I'm like, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. That's a big ask.
It is. Yeah, it just takes a long time to set up for just one activation.
Yeah.
But if it was going to be a really nice day, and we're just like, hey guys, let's just freaking hang out here all day. We're going to set up a canopy, get plenty of chairs, bring some cigars and whatnot, and we'll go get some beer in the afternoon. We'll have someone hop in a car and run to the store and buy lunch for everybody, at some point. If we were just going to hang out there all day, then sure. But I do have the Massworks tripod and the hex beam already packed into the truck, so I will have them if the need arises. So we'll see.
You don't have to put on all the elements too, do you?
No, you don't. No, no. I can put on just the. I could put on just the. I'm like I can not jack with the 6 and 10 meters. And not even really 12 meters. I could just put on 15 and 20 or 15 and 17 or something like that. Or I could do it that way if I wanted to.
That would be, I mean, because I don't set up all the wires for the DX Commander every time. It's like, 12, 10, they're not even open. So why would I put them on? Sometimes I'll just put the 40 and 20 meter elements on and be done with it. Because 40 gets me 17 or 15 rather.
Yeah. 40 gets you 15.
And then 20. So, yeah.
W4ID, thank you for the $20 super chat. Plan to activate San Diego National Wildlife Refuge on Saturday. Hope to get you guys finally in the log. P2P would be great from California on Saturday.
It would be awesome.
Great. Yeah. So thanks for being here. Thanks for the super chat.
That'd be awesome if we can do that. I haven't worked too many California stations lately. I got like one on my last activation. So maybe we will need the beam pointed west.
Yeah. The point, we're going to be on the east side of Texas, so we'll have a bunch of water between us and the East Coast. But we could point it the other way. That's fine. But it doesn't. Usually from the hunting lease, I'm able to get California very easily. But the elevation up there is higher than it is anywhere else I operate from usually. But yeah. So
you guys got that soda summit there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's about the most soda I have. So
I was dying when you guys made that video.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Kyle, $10 super chat. Good on you for the fundraiser you're doing for the JL family. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully we can keep that rolling and double and triple that goal. But really impressed with the way that the Ham fam has all stepped up on that. It sucks that they're going through it, but I'm really glad that we're able to get some interest, get the word out and get some money raised for them. So good deal.
And good on you for setting that up. Like, how selfless of a person are you? That's just fantastic. It's good feels. So.
I was a little bit surprised. This is not a dig on anybody else, but Sterling shared that story with us in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you know if anybody set up a GoFundMe? And he's like, I don't know. And so I reached out to Michelle, the wife in the family, and she's like, no, there's not been anything done like that I know of. And I asked her if it was okay if I did one. She's like, I mean, you could tell she was like way overwhelmed. You can tell by reading her Facebook post. She's just like, she's real, like almost drowning with information and worry and concern and everything else that goes on, you know, which who can blame her?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was kind of surprised no one else had done that yet. But so I was like, well, this needs to happen. So we're gonna do this. But
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great to be able to do that. So Shane's asking, when is K001? I got to figure that out, dude. I'm thinking summer. I originally was going to try to do it for like late March, early April, but my plans for my road trip in March changed. I was going to be driving to Pennsylvania. Now I'm driving to Huntsville, Alabama, because I'm recording the HamSci event that they've done the last 3 or 4 years. And they changed and they're based out of the University of Scranton, Pennsylvania, which is way up there in the northeast corner of Pennsylvania. It's like 3 hours from Long Island, where Bob was in the chat earlier. It's like 3 hours from Long Island. I thought, I'll go hang out with Bob for a little bit, and it's not that far from Maine. About probably another 10 or 12 hour drive from Maine, I think. So I thought, well, maybe we can kind of time that all together. Well, we're not going to Pennsylvania anymore. We're going to Huntsville, Alabama. They had a scheduling conflict, and they're doing their seminar at the Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville. Nice. So I'm going to be hanging with the guys from Gigaparts for that few days after that, and that's going to be a fun trip. But I'm not driving to Maine after hanging out in Huntsville for a week or a few days or whatever. So so we got to figure out when to get to Maine, and because Acadia National Seashore National Park, National whatever it is, National Forest, something, is in Maine, state of Maine, and it's POTA designation Kilo 0001, and we just thought it'd be a really fun thing to activate. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Maybe summer, maybe June.
Summer would be better. I wouldn't want to go to Maine in any other time other than summer.
See, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking as well. I was like, well, it might be kind of hard to get up there in March and April, not because it's too cold, but if the streets are iced over and snowed, there's big storms and whatnot, then it's going to slow down your travel. So I was concerned about that.
Yeah.
But
you want to have the best weather possible. If you've ever read a Stephen King book, you know you don't want to mess around in Maine. You just want to get in and get out.
Very true. Very true.
I've been to Bangor. It's very scary.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I've never been in the state of Maine, and my own
gorgeous. I bet it is.
I've seen pictures. It looks like it is.
Yeah.
I've made a personal goal for myself to try to activate a park in all 50 states. And of course, Maine's not one I've done yet. So that's reason for me to get up there and do that. Yeah, Frank's in the chat. Depending on so Frank took off Thursday and Friday last week and Thursday and Friday this week. And I'm like, you couldn't have done Wednesday, Frank? You couldn't have come out to the lunchtime live stream, Frank? Come on.
Well, your work's more important. I stopped working to do this.
Right. Yeah. So I started working when I was doing it.
Yeah.
It's all good, man. It's all good. So so Mike, where have you been? I mean, like, I haven't done a POTA since like September, man.
Wow.
Of course, I don't live 7.5 minutes from one like you do either. I mean, that helps. Every time I'm in Galveston, nice. I go down there and do POTA because it's right there. I mean, literally, it's a 5-minute drive. So. Yeah. But I don't have the closest one to me is like 30 to 40 minutes. Well, probably about 30 minutes really. But where have you gone anywhere new recently besides just going to Huntsville back and forth?
Not anywhere new. No, I haven't been doing as much POTA. I've been filming and editing videos, and the weather certainly took a turn here. It's just like it doesn't. I mean, it's gonna be like 80 degrees today. Not complaining. But like every day I look at the forecast so I quit smoking. So I gained like all the weight that I lost back. So all I want to do is go hike. And every day is the weather's like yesterday, it was like thunderstorms forecasted, not a drop of rain all day. Yeah. So it's like, if I go, guaranteed 100%, when I'm 3-4 miles in, it's going to start raining.
Yeah.
So it's hindered my outdoor activities. So no, just Huntsville.
Okay.
And I did go up to that Fort Boggy, but I made a video on that. So that place was pretty cool. It's really small, but man, I got a lot of content.
There's a sign on Interstate 45 that I see every time we drive down there, and I'm like, I need to stop and activate that one of these days. But so have you got your Kilo award yet for Huntsville?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to have my second repeat offender there too. I don't really look at the stats. I just go play POTA. I don't really care, but
I like the
repeat
stats
offender is really the only award that I care about, just because I like the name.
So what does that entail? How many? So is that a number of you've activated a number of times?
Yeah. So I have repeat offender at Dodge number 4 in Michigan. So basically, you go and activate the same park.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first award is 20 times.
Okay.
And then so I'm up to like almost 40 at Huntsville now. So that'll be the second, the like double secret probation, whatever. they got names for all this stuff.
Yeah, they got yeah.
I don't really care that much, but it's just it's a milestone, something to trap. Yeah, I got my kilo a couple months ago there.
Yeah. It's fun. Let's see. And pull up a profile. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if I go here.
And they changed the website around, so I'm not familiar with where everything is anymore.
Well,
I don't really go there very often, other than like the spotting page. So
I really like this view here that you can, once you log in, you can go up to the top right of the page and go to view profile, and then it shows you all your awards at the top. So these are all my awards right here. Now, and then what I can also do is K8MRD. Now you're going to watch the number of awards is going to like triple.
Probably not.
Or no, it didn't. No, there's a few more, but not as many as I thought.
I feel there should be more there. Like, I don't know if that's accurate, but granted, I'm not actively like chasing any awards at all.
Yeah,
so whatever's there just is by happenstance. So
you've got New Year's Hunter already, New Year's Activator.
Yeah. I got that a couple years ago.
Yeah. So you got your
but Rhino award. So I did a Rhino back in 2019, and I just applied for it like 2 months ago. I didn't even know you had to apply for it.
Yeah.
I figured it would just do it if you work 3 parks, but they got to be a certain distance away and stuff, I guess. That was for radar, rather, not Rhino. It is a Rhino radar award or something like that.
I've got the radar Warthog, which I think is 2. And the Rhino, I think, is either 3 or 4, whatever
3.
it is.
Yeah.
So and then there's another one for 4 and 5 and 6 and all this stuff. But but they got to be a certain distance. You can't like go do a twofer and get a radar. You have to drive. I think.
Or you can walk a certain distance too.
Yeah.
So you could be even in the same state park if it's big enough. I think you got to walk like, it might just be like a kilometer or something like that. Not very far.
Huh. I didn't think you could do the same.
I don't know.
Park again, but maybe that's.
I'm not the resident expert on that at all.
Right.
I just go to the parks and activate. I don't really care. I just want the pile up. I want the contacts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like if you look at my stats, they're not.
See,
they're not that great.
This has got to be wrong, because it says all-time statistics, activations, park. Oh, okay, that's number of parks. So I have 50 activations. I assume I have 48/50. I assume that's probably 48 successful, 50 total, including failures. You have 138. That's right. But the number of parks you have is 37. The number of parks I have is 38. So I've done more parks than you have by 1.
Yeah.
And that's probably due to that road trip I took last year, where we activated a bunch of parks in North Carolina and then drove up the coast. And I probably activated 5 or 6 parks just on Long Island by itself. So that's probably what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Huh.
And a lot of guys, there's 850 kabillion different facets of ham radio, and there's slightly less than that in parks on the air. Like, I just like to get on the air. I don't really care where I am. As long as I'm outside and I have a radio, I'm a happy guy. If the water's next to me, even better. But there's other guys who love like going to all the different parks and activating them. So, you can do, and I would love that too, but like, they're just so darn far away in Texas. You got to drive 2 or 3 miles just to get to one, or 2 or 3 hours rather.
Yeah.
But like Ham Radio Adventure guy, he's done all the parks in West Virginia, and I think he's completed them all now. And that was like 80 some odd parks just in the little state of West Virginia. But
yeah.
Well,
so it was crazy, because when I was in Long Island with Bob, he drove me around, and we drove around for probably 2 or 3 hours that day, but we hit like 6 parks, and I'm like, I can't get to parks this quickly where I'm at.
Yeah.
So not that many, but yeah, so that's definitely northeast. I guess there's just things are close together up there.
Yeah.
that's the problem with.
And it's a bit more dense in Michigan too, but it's like, I don't know. That's just not my thing. I don't necessarily care to wake up in the morning. It's fun. I mean, I've done it, and then go hit this park, and then go hit this park, and then go hit this park. It's like, set up, tear down, set up, tear down, set up, tear down. So it's not something I actively do, but it is fun. I've done it a few times. Like when Ham Solo and I we did the soda and then 2 POTAs. Those were 3 new locations for me, and they were all fantastic. But there's a bit of, I don't know, there's a bit of nicety coming with the familiarity you get with going to the same park. Like I know every square inch of Huntsville State Park now because I go there all the time.
Right.
And I don't always film it. I'm hiking through the woods and I'm activating halfway through, and I ain't bringing camera gear that far out. I have, I've done some videos out there, but that's not something that I'm going to make a habit of. That's just, I enjoy it so much. I just want to be out there. So
it is fun. Yeah. It is fun to do it that way. I can't, I don't know. I need to get out there more often. I've got 2 or 3 antennas I want to do POTA with. I want to go do the new, I'm going to bring my X6100 this weekend. So if you want to tinker around with that, you're welcome to do that. But I want to activate a park with it. And are you going to take those antennas back from me, or you just want to use them this weekend?
Are you ever going to make a video for them?
I am. Yeah.
No, you can keep. I just want to use them this weekend.
Because when you handed them to me, you told me, I haven't used these in like 2 years. So I was like, okay, well, he's not in a hurry then. And all of a sudden you're like, well, you're gonna use them?
Well, I'm going to the beach. You gotta understand, I have so many freaking antennas that I use.
Exactly. So why do you want these? But no, I mean, it would be fun to actually kind of both record a video out. In fact, I would like to see how you put it. I looked up how to put it together. I'm like, this is pretty straightforward, but I'd like to see how you do it, because just like everything else, you do it via the instructions, and then you probably find a couple of Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty straightforward.
It's pretty straightforward, but I was just wondering if you, after having done it several times, if you figured out some shortcuts. You're like, well, it says to do this, but I like to do it this way.
Use an analyzer. That's the shortcut.
Okay. All right. Well, that's clear enough, I guess. But good. All right.
Yeah, they're pretty easy. I like them.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
Good.
But good. Just because in my ham radio journey, I've wanted to minimize my gear and maximize my time on the air. Yeah. So I've gone through countless numbers of antennas and variations and stuff. The NFEDs just do it for me right now. Just because, like, when I take the 705 out in the backpack, I'm literally on the air in 5 minutes. It is so incredibly quick.
There's a lot to be said about it for an NFED half wave. That's definitely one of the easier antennas to. And they're small, they're lightweight, they're compact, they're easy to stick in a backpack and take with you. Yeah, I wish I had 2 more of those pack 10s. My pack 10 is at the deer lease right now. So because I've
imagine that.
Yeah. Except I know where mine is.
Yeah.
So, but I've used it out there several times, and I thought, well, do I want to drive all the way up to the deer lease and get that antenna? And I was like, I will not have it with me in Galveston this weekend because I won't have time to go up there between now and we're going to leave tomorrow. We're heading to the coast tomorrow morning.
You want to just do like an all vertical thing? Not even worry about wire antennas. So we can have the Wolf River coils. We can have it center loaded. We can have it on the ground. We got the with Silver Bullet 1000. We got the Silver Bullet Mini. We've got the short whip. We've got the long whip.
Okay.
We've got the Buddy Stick Pro, BSP as the cool kids call it. I'm told.
Yes.
That's what Matt says.
Yeah.
Maybe the DX Commander. I don't know about the DX Commander on the beach. Boy, that would look so freaking cool.
It would look cool. That would
really
cool.
I'm gonna bring it. It's in my car. Like I haven't taken it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to set up either, though. Honestly,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't take that long. I have my I ordered 2 of the Spider Beam masts. Push-up masts. I've ordered the small one. I think it's 9 meters or something like. No, 7 meters. And then the larger one that's this big around. That's like 10 or 12 meters. I forget the exact length on them. But, so I've got those.
I know they've got a 12-meter one.
I think that's the one I've got. I've got the smaller one and the larger one. So so I've got extra push-up poles we can use for, to string out antennas or string out wires if we want to. But I mean, a vertical thing would be fun. Yeah, the most common vertical I'd use is that TN07 flagpole antenna, because I take my drive over mast, and in fact I've used that antenna more at Galveston Island State Park than anywhere. I take the drive over mast, I put the antenna in the mast, string it up, and bring the coax out to the radio, and it's got that matching unit in it, and it's you're on the air in no time. So but it's a lot of gear to carry around though.
Yeah,
so.
I could bring. How many radios are we gonna run?
I don't know.
That's the other thing.
One is fine.
Yeah.
Because, I guess it depends. If we have like a dozen people show up, I know I know the three of us are going to be there.
Scott's going to be there.
Scott's going to come down too? Okay, good.
Yeah.
But
T-Ray might be there.
It's not
Evan's coming too, I think. Evan, are you coming?
I know that Evan had talked about it. I didn't know if he was going to. I didn't know T-Ray was coming.
He might have work.
We're going to have to, if we're going to do multiple something like that, we're going to have bandpass filters, or we can just take turns. I'm fine with taking turns.
Well, I was thinking bring my antenna switch so we can have a bunch of antennas hooked up and ABM like I did at the Support Your Parks. That's pretty neat because honestly, we probably should have a vertical and a wire, like a dipole or something.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I had the Chameleon LEFS. Sometimes that picked them up better. Sometimes the Wolfer or the DX Commander did. So. We want to maximize the contacts.
How many antennas is your switch? Is just two antennas? It's a 4 antenna switch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
But we could actually. I have another one. I mean, if we really want to get stupid, we could take the 4 antennas, take the 4th lead out of that, and plug it into my other antenna switch that has 3, so we could have 6 antennas.
Six. You do 6 that way. Sheesh. Well.
That might be a little excessive.
Might be. We probably won't be out there that long, honestly.
No.
I mean, so.
What time are we getting there? That's going to be really fun with all these streams on New Year's Eve.
Correct.
And then what's that thing called? Sleep?
Yeah, sleep. That's that thing. Whatever time you guys want to come up is fine with me. I mean, in reality, I plan. It is a happy hour. I will have a beer or two. I am not going to drink myself silly. Because I want to get up and go POTA tomorrow. I mean, I'm fine with drinking beer, but I don't like getting all just plastered and anything anyway. Even when I was in my 20s, I really didn't like doing that. So I don't typically drink that much. I joke about drinking too much, but I don't actually do it. So I plan to. I'll probably sleep in till like 7 or 8, and for me, that's sleeping in these days, with dogs in the house. But I think Frank's planning on being there 11, 12, something like that. But I mean, he's like, yeah, you guys, if you want to go, I'll just meet you there. But yeah.
I was thinking I could probably leave here around 8 or so.
What's it, like 2.5 hours for you?
A little less, but yeah, call it 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Depending on. It'll be a weekend, so traffic shouldn't be too bad.
You wouldn't think so. And there'll probably be a lot of people who are sleeping it off that morning. So
yeah. Well, I'll be able to go right through downtown too. I won't have to take the loop around to bypass it. So that might save a little bit of time.
I go that way every time. I get the loop 610, the I-610.
Yeah.
I go that way. I don't care what the GPS tells me. I go the 610 every time. It's a prettier drive than going through downtown. And I just hate, I mean, a lot of the times Google Maps is like, yeah, downtown's fine. You get in there and it's backed up, because backups can happen in like 12.5 seconds. Yeah. And I just like, I got to the point where I was just like, I always take the loop around now.
Yeah. See, I like driving through the cities. I think a big city is cool to like drive through and see all the buildings and stuff. And would never want to live there in 100 years, but
yeah. Well, I've done that. I've been through the big city. Most of the time when I get that far south, I've been driving for 4 or 5 hours already, and I'm like, let's just get to the coast, because I'd really rather see ocean right now than big tall buildings.
Yes,
so.
Yes. Well, that is the goal. So
yeah, exactly. Vern 6 is asking if I'm going to Huntsville. Yes, I plan to drive up Sunday morning. So drive up Sunday morning and
and we're planning for 10 a.m. at Huntsville.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that means I can
be there
leave
early.
Okay. You'll have to send me a drop pin, because I don't know exactly. That's a big park. It's a much bigger park than I thought it was. But is there more than one parking area?
Yes.
Okay. So you just.
But it's pretty easy. I mean, you drive straight in, and we'll be on the left. Like,
okay.
I don't know, half mile in. Yeah, it's not
enough.
hard.
Okay. All right. So we'll do that, and yeah, I was planning on coming up for that. I've never activated that park. So I'm looking forward to putting that in the logbook.
Sweet.
Vern says he's camping there all weekend.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that's cool.
Well, I told him to come down to frickin'
yeah, you should come down to
Galveston.
Galveston on Saturday, Vern. Hang out with us for the day down there. So
yep,
we'll get some Galveston Island craft beer down there for sure. Have it with us for the afternoon. So it's a holiday weekend. So yeah, but that should be fun. So yeah, we'll pull. I just think I left my dadgum Yaesu at the Deer Lease as well.
Which one?
My FTDX10.
I
think I left that one at the Deer Lease as well.
Well, I know where there's a free FTDX10 now.
Yeah, you'll never find it, but yeah, sure. I don't know. It might be. I know my 705 is up there, but my 7300 is here, so I'll probably bring my 7300 and my Zygu Shegu radio. So I'm going to bring those two.
Then I will not bring a radio. That will be fantastic.
No,
I brought it the last time. We didn't even use it. We just used yours. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah,
I mean, we can use the 7300. And well, I mean, you were talking about setting up multiple antennas. So my question was, if you want to use the switch, then fine. But
yeah,
if you're going to set up 3 antennas without a switch, then
no, because then you got to have the
radios.
bandpass filters and all that stuff, and
right.
No, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But even if realistically, even just having like 2 antennas up to AB it. I mean, if we're really going to do that kind of outing, I think it is a nice thing to have, because if you don't hear them on one antenna, there's a good chance you might could hear them on another.
True, especially if one's vertical and one's horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely correct.
So
that'll be good. Okay, so let's plan for that then.
But then it's just which 2 antennas, because I really want to set up the DX Commander now. That's getting more exciting to me. But really, I want to do the Wolf River coils on the beach. But well, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to have all of the antennas.
Yeah,
just do it all. So I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have the BSP, but I doubt I'm going to set that up. I think we ought to go with Wolf River coil and some sort of wire. And you want to do a DX Commander, that's fine too. That'll just be for photo op.
I'm kind of thinking, because like honestly, the Wolf River coil is so incredibly easy to set up. Anyone who has never even touched that antenna can set it up, just in terms of like screwing all the legs and stuff together. I can put the DX Commander up in 20 minutes. It'll be on the air.
Yeah.
So that actually could be a thing. It really won't take that long. And I'm playing with antennas, so it's not like it's a chore.
True. Very true.
So maybe the Wolf River coils, and then do you use the Silver Bullet 1000, or do you use the Mini, and then do you bottom load it, or do you center load it? Probably center load it. I don't know. It depends on the wind too, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true.
If it's going to be windier than I'll get out there,
mm-hmm.
That's going to change things probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Very true. It could be windy. It could be nice and sunny. It could be like it's July. It could be like it's Maine in January. So
well, the weekend is supposed to be like the 2 worst days as far as weather.
I think so.
For the week prior and the week after.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you guys want to go outside and play? Well,
yeah, too bad.
But
so
that's all right. We'll make a good time of it.
Sure. Yeah, we'll figure something out. So, especially if you have that canopy, that awning canopy, that'll be good too.
Yeah, it's not that big, but
but it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So
yes, it is.
Yeah. Good.
Do you have any down there or no?
I don't. No, my canopies are at the Deer Lease.
Okay.
Honestly, we had one down there that we never used, so I took it to the hunting lease, and we've used it up there We've used it during hunting season a couple times. We always use it during field and winter.
Well, you said you wanted to get another one. Run down to Academy and grab one.
You know what? I might do that. Because
if there's going to be a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we really. It depends on the weather. Like if it's not raining or crappy, I could care less about a canopy. But
no, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not going to be like beating sun.
Yeah.
Summer sun or anything like that. No. So that's that. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I might just go down there and grab one. That's a good point, especially one of those that's like the simple pop-up style, like you've got.
Yeah.
Because I think
I paid like $100 for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Isn't bad. It's like it's a quality freaking you manipulated it. It's a solid bit of kit.
It is. Yeah.
So
Vern's asking, are we camping in Galveston or a hotel or a B&B? I'm staying at my house in Galveston, which is a not a VRBO, but it's that type of thing. I have a house that we own down there that we rent out through a company called Sand and Sea, which is a property management company that is located in Galveston and only does Galveston vacation rental properties. So, but we go down there. That's when we're going down there, we're always staying in our own place. We've had our own place down there for like 4 or 5 years. So we're going to stay at our place that weekend. Actually, we'll be there my wife and I will be there for about a week. And then, so we're going to be live streaming Friday night from there. And we're going to be doing POTA from there on Saturday. And then it's only like a 2.5 hour drive up to Huntsville on Sunday for me. So that's my plan. And then there's Winter Field Day at the end of the month. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Oh, yeah. That was another topic.
So, yeah. So, well, just like everything else, you start talking about POTA, and then like you look down, and you're like, wow, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah. It happens quick. I think you rattled off like 5 things you wanted to talk about before the stream, and we've talked about 1.
Oh, we've talked about 2. Yeah, it was the live streams this weekend, and then the POTA. But, no, really Winter Field Day. So Winter Field Day should be fun. NYE is going to fly down.
Yeah, that's going to be sweet.
And I told him, I was like, okay, you're in charge of making all our CW contacts.
Yep.
So, actually, I don't know, Mike. You want to try some CW at Winter Field Day?
I just worked Mike the other day, CW. It was absolutely horrible.
Well, I guess you're getting better at it, though. I mean, I can't.
Well, so, like, I sit at home and I practice keying, and I can do it at home. But then when you're on the air, it's like, oh, crap. Yeah. So
you're like,
I'm just trying to send the park number, and I screwed up. And I was like, and somehow he got it. I texted him. I was like, that was disgusting. But he's like, no, I got it, dude. I was like, I don't know how, man.
He's probably used to listening. You should hear him, man. You ever operated with him before?
Yeah.
He's just like,
and
he's sitting there talking to you while he's doing it. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, me and him and Matt were on the shore of Lake Michigan on the sand dunes activating.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
And yeah, it was crazy. Very cool. So good. I'm looking forward to seeing him. I haven't seen him since then, actually. Oh, and speak of the devil, there he is.
Yeah, he's in there. Yeah. Yeah, I heard him. I saw him in there.
Yeah. But, so there's going to be a bunch of fools at Winter Field Day this year.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, we're going to have in fact, Frank and I went to the cigar bar last night. We were talking about some stuff. And I'm pretty sure this was his idea. I'm pretty sure it was. He was like, do you know anyone with a pull behind smoker? And I'm like, I do, actually.
Can we get Aaron Franklin to come up here?
Yeah, why don't you call him? But so I know a guy who, and I texted my friend Rod last night, and it's like, hey, because he does smoking competitions with his buddies, and I said, hey, do you own that smoker? Who's it? He's like, no, it's not mine. He's like, but I could probably get a hold of one. So I invited him to Winter Field Day. And I'm like, why don't you bring your smoker out and just fire it up and just keep it going all week? Because he loves doing that anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So if that doesn't work out, we got a whole month. So I'm going to try to find somebody, and I got to follow up with him probably tomorrow or something and find out what his deal is. But it would be great to get someone who has their own pull-behind smoker and is just willing to come up and just throw a bunch of wood in it. And we'd supply all the wood and the food and everything. You come hang out with us and do get on the air if you want to, and that kind of thing. But yeah, that should be a fun time. So I know that we've got you and I, Frank, NYE, Bob is flying in, I believe, our finder Bob. Jake, my buddy from the Deer Lease, he's going to be there.
Yep.
Noel's coming. Vern, I think last I spoke to Vern, I think Vern's still planning on coming up. Who else?
Shane.
I'm not sure, but I'm not sure what his work schedule is.
He just said he'll be up Saturday.
Oh, okay, good. I've been meaning to follow up with him on that, because I think the last time I asked him about it, he wasn't sure what his work schedule was. Good. Okay, Shane. Yeah, so you come up on Saturday. I'm going to be up there Thursday. and we can set up some stuff, and we're just going to build a big campfire at night and drink some beer and smoke some cigars and whatnot.
That means I'll be up Thursday. You had me at fire.
Yeah, come up Thursday. I mean, you don't have to take off work this year like you did last year.
No, I don't.
So just get in the car.
I will be working, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, if
we got to think of stuff to blow up.
We can do that.
To shoot. Yeah.
We can do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More tannerite.
Yeah.
More that foam stuff. That just exploded.
Yeah, that foam can. Yeah, that one that you exploded last year. That was fun. Yeah. Let's see. I've invited Hank Strange and his wife Lola, who are studying for their ham radio license right now.
Oh, cool.
I don't think they'll have him by then, but I don't know. But he does that van life YouTube channel. So they drive around all. Huh?
I said okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. So he drives around all the time. I was like, just bring your van in there and just pull it in there and camp out in your van. He's like, yeah, that'd be great. So, him and I'm trying to get my nephew who's recently licensed. I'm going to get him and come out and do some stuff. So, but we need to have a planning meeting. We need to have a planning meeting on Zoom probably next week.
Yeah.
So,
but this is going to be. We're going to have more people there, but we're also going to have more antennas on the air.
Yes. I'm buying a triplexer, that pentaplexer that you guys used up there at wherever you went. So they make one that's because you can't use 12 and 17 for field day, winter field day.
Yeah.
And that's 9 times out of 10, that's where I'm using my hex beam. So I thought, okay, the triplexer, which is 10, 15, and 20, it's like half the price of that pentaplexer. And I'm like, I just grabbed that. So I'm going to buy that triplexer from DX Engineering. And so we're going to be able to use 10 meters, 15 meters, and 20 meters on just the hex beam. And we'll have a, do you have that's why I was meaning to ask you, do you have an 80 meter element on your DX Commander?
I've made one.
Okay.
But I haven't really used it, and I don't think I've tuned it.
Okay.
Feel we could do that though.
Okay. We needed something for 80 meters. Because the DX Commander obviously will work great on 40, but we need something for 80 meters. And so I don't know if Noel built a DX Commander, and if he built his 80 meter element, then maybe we'll use his. But
now my 80 meter element was for the classic though.
Okay. You're bringing the Expedition, I assume?
I can bring either or both. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure over the summer I actually brought the because I built the classic, but I never really fine-tuned it. I feel I did over the summer. I can't remember. Okay. 80 is definitely not fine-tuned. I will promise you that. Okay. But I'm wondering, I've been thinking of adding an 80 meter element to my Pac 10, but no, I don't really feel like doing that. I don't know. I'm really not the guy to go to for 80.
Well, I mean, since it's a band we can use for field day, we should have something.
Yeah.
Because all the bands have been up lately, and if nothing else, we can get some CW contacts on 40 and 80 if people get tired of talking into the radio late at night. But yeah, that would be something so we'll have to figure out so keep that in the back of your mind when we do our planning meeting. Hopefully next week we can talk about who can provide an 80 meter antenna. But if we want to do that
would make more sense to put the DX Commander, because I'll have the 40 meter element on. So maybe we should just put up the classic and throw an 80 loop up. I'm gonna have to get to work on that.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I hope we can rely on someone else for an 80 meter antenna though.
I'll check it. Yeah, I don't know what elements Noel built for his. So it's we can check with him on that. Yeah. And he may actually have like a. I think I've got it. I think I've got a center fed dipole around here somewhere for 80.
That would be the better way to go. Throw that up.
Yeah. Better than you think that'd be better than a vertical for 80?
Well, if it's already built and no one else has one already built, like I have all the elements, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. We can talk. We'll
figure it out. But
I've got something.
And like I said in my video when we were in Washington, like 80 is kind of like the redheaded stepchild, where we always talk about getting 80 on the air.
Yeah.
Like we just are right now. And then it's kind of like, like we got on 80 when we were in Washington, and I don't think anything happened of it. So
really,
we went through probably like 5 guys setting up an antenna for 80 meters, and then it was just crap. So who knows? But being in the West Coast versus being in Texas might also change things too, because we're kind of in the middle of the country. So I don't know.
Right. Well, and it's just, I think the last 2 years, Mike, you weren't with us 2 years ago. But I don't think anybody stayed up all night and operated all night.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking, because we all go to bed around, between 10 and midnight. I'd say.
when you start drinking beer at like 9:30 in the morning, you're pretty tired by like midnight. So that's just kind of how the way, it's just physics. So we and it's, I don't know what it is about being out there, but every time I'm at the hunting lease, I get tired. I stay up till 12 midnight, 1 o'clock every night at home. But if I'm out there, it's like 10 or 10:30, and I'm like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah, you crash early.
Part of it's just the fact that it's, I'm up moving around. I'm not sitting around watching TV or watching the computer out there like I'm doing at home. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I am in front of the computer a lot at home.
Yeah.
I don't do that out there. I'm out there active around and everything. So that's part of it, but I don't know. Sometimes I stay up late if I can, but I'm usually the first one up too, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So is that Vance in 3VEM? I think that is him.
I believe it is, yes.
Yeah. Vance, what's up, buddy?
Little horse-drawn buggy.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Vance? How are you, man? So Vance is coming back onto the channel. Let me look that up real quick. I forget the date. Vance is coming back onto the channel in a week or two, maybe next week, to talk about the upcoming Support Your Parks on the Air weekend.
Fantastic.
Yes, a week from today, on January 5th, Vance will be back on the channel talking about Support Your Parks on the Air weekend, which is the 15th, 16th weekend of this month. So that'll be a fun event as well. So look forward to having Vance back on the channel. So thanks for stopping by today, man. Saw his call sign in there. I was like, I think that's him.
Yeah, buddy.
So, but yeah, good deal.
So are we doing anything for that?
That is the absolute drop dead last weekend of hunting season. And I have not got as much hunting time in this year as what I normally get. So I think I'm going to be hanging out at the hunting lease that weekend and the prior weekend both.
Yeah.
So if you guys do something down in Huntsville or something, I won't be able to attend that. Unfortunately, that's just bad timing with my schedule.
Well, you got to eat. I haven't put any thought into it all. It completely slipped my mind, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what January is like in Texas, but
you know what? It could be like today. It could be 80 degrees, and it could be 25 degrees. So.
Well, when I moved here, when did I get here? January 11th?
You got here right before that big winter storm we had.
Yeah. Well, I got here like a month before that.
Still, though.
But I'm pretty sure I moved here. Pretty sure I got here January 11th. And the day after I got here, I'm at a park doing a Parks on the Air in like shorts and a t-shirt. So
yeah.
I'm hoping it's going to be like that again.
Yeah,
I mean, it's literally 78 degrees out as I look at my weather station right now. So,
right.
And I was just like, it's the end of December and it's 78 degrees out. That's so wonderful. In Michigan, it's probably low 30s would be the high, I would guess. And it's just not comfortable and wet and gloomy and miserable. That's Michigan. Yeah. So
yeah.
I am happy.
Yeah.
I was driving with the windows down the other day.
It's been unusually warm this summer. Usually it'll get kind of cold around Christmas and stay cold through and usually if we have snow, which we do, we have snow in North Texas, it's usually in February.
Yeah.
But so we'll see how that plays out. But it's been unusually warm this season. I think we had one weekend 2 or 3 weekends ago where it got down below freezing. And
oh wow,
that's the only time that we've seen that. And although this weekend up at the hunting lease, this weekend is supposed to be below freezing. So it's supposed to be like in the 60s in Galveston, so I'm going to be
yeah,
happy.
yeah. Being on the beach in January.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm excited.
So, Bob W2CYK is back in the chat. He's saying hi to you, Mike.
Hi.
And there's Josh. Josh is in the chat too. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing for Winter Field Day. Maybe beach bound. Fly to Texas. Join us, Josh.
Yeah.
So
bring the whole fam.
Bring the whole family. Yeah.
We can go couch tipping.
Freaking everybody else will be out here. So, but it should be fun. Yeah. Winter Field Day is going to be a fun time.
So Vern, Whiskey 8 Victor Hotel Sierra says it's in Sylvania, Ohio. It's 37 and cloudy. So Sylvania is only like an hour south of where I lived in Michigan. So yeah.
Oh,
pretty crappy there. Yep.
Yeah. KC8DEE says it's 36 in Sturgis.
I don't know where Sturgis is. I feel it's in Michigan.
He says Sturgis, Michigan. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, you do know where Sturgis? Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know where it is?
I was being stupid. I don't know where it is. I know it's in Michigan. But,
okay. That's where they have the big bike rally every year, right? Sturgis?
Different state, but yeah, I think that's...
Oh, it's not... Okay.
South Dakota?
Maybe it is.
I feel?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in on the biker scene.
I'm not either. I know that Sturgis is a big biker thing every year, but I don't know. I know it's Sturgis somewhere. I don't know what state.
Definitely not in Michigan.
Not in Michigan, huh? Okay.
We have the Woodward Dream Cruise every year, which is where all the guys that have all the old classic cars, they cruise up and down Woodward, which is the main drag in Detroit, and it's a whole weekend. It is, if you like cars, it is the biggest classic car show in the world.
Really?
And I mean, it's just literally from, I forget where it starts, but not downtown. I don't think it goes all the way. It might go all the way downtown, but it's probably like a 10 or 12 mile long stretch of Woodward that goes from Detroit through Ferndale and Royal Oak. And I think it ends in like Birmingham or something like that. But it's just, I mean, there's cars lined up on the roads. There's people just in classic cars, just cruising the strip all day long up and down. And it's a humongous event. It is. So I love classic cars. I'm not a big car guy, but I think they're neat. Especially like the older pickup trucks I really like.
Yes.
And El Caminos and things like that. But even like the old Mustangs and like that's where you're gonna see that kind of stuff is in Detroit. And Ford. That's what's up. Yeah.
That's what's up. How many days is that? Is that just a one day event, or how long?
It's through the weekend. It's Saturday, and I think like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is really the official thing. But there's a couple days leading up to it, when the vendors start setting up, and it's like the buzz is kind of happening. But like Saturday is like the big day, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to call it right now. Maybe not next year. Maybe 2023. Next year's filling up. Special event station. Let's all drive up there in special event station. That
could happen.
Take a couple of RVs and park along the side road and put up some DX Commanders and special event station that sucker.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I don't know if anyone there is I wonder if that happens. I would say probably the GM club might do something for that. They're a big
GM has a ham radio club.
Yeah, and not General Motors, but it's called the GM Club. The antenna is on top of the General Motors building in downtown Detroit, which is it's the Renaissance Center, which is the tallest building in Detroit. It's like 700 feet up in the air. So that repeater gets out. And I wasn't a member, and I didn't get on the repeater too much. I was kind of on the fringe of it where I lived. But if there's a club in Michigan that would do something like that, I would bet it would be the GM Club. But
interesting.
That would be a cool thing to do.
It would be.
And just sit on the road and smell all the exhaust from engines that don't have all the
don't have emissions.
They got all kinds of emissions. But, I mean, there's something about the car exhaust of an old classic muscle car. It's just and the sound of, there's nothing under the hood but an engine. When you look at a car nowadays, it's like I can't even get through the firewall in my Ford Fusion to hook my radio up to the battery. My radio is still plugged in to the cigarette lighter. That's how I power my VHF radio. I cannot get through the power at the firewall. But on those old cars, it's just engine, and it's so great.
Plenty of room in there.
Yep. And it's just rumble. I love it. Detroit muscle.
That is cool. Yeah, my wife worked for a big accounting firm. Well, she still does, but she works for another one now. She was assigned to GM doing some work up there, and she was flying to Detroit every week for like, I don't know, 6 months or something like that. This was several years ago. So I went up there one time and visited her, and she took me into the, like, if you walk into the front of the GM headquarters, they have a bunch of classic General Motors, Chrysler, or not Chrysler, but Chevrolets and Oldsmobiles in there. That's really cool. Some old like Camaros and whatnot, and Firebirds. So it's really cool scene up there with that. So
yeah.
We went to the Henry Ford Museum as well, which is obviously not GM,
that's a cool place.
But I mean, it's all in Detroit area, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, the Henry Ford is a really cool place.
Yeah. Yep.
And they just call it the Henry Ford. They don't call it the Henry Ford Museum anymore. It's weird.
Really?
It's just the Henry Ford.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Somebody decided that was a good idea.
Yeah. This day and age, they got weird names for everything. This day and age, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when Matt and I went to that world's record spruce tree in Washington, it was spelled World 'S. So world is record spruce tree was the sign.
Well, no, World 'S is possessive also. So worlds, so like it's owned by the world. World's spruce tree.
It just looked weird to me.
I
feel they could have done better with that. Yeah, they could have just said world record spruce tree.
Yeah, there you go.
And not worried about the S.
Yeah. That would have worked too. So
yeah. So I don't
know. All right, guys. Well, it's gonna be a really fun January. We're gonna have this next weekend, which I don't remember if I shared this or not, but let me share this in the chat real quick. So this is the playlist for all of the live streams happening on Friday, December 31st, starting at 7 p.m. Texas time, which is 1 a.m. UTC. So the UTC New Year will happen before that, obviously. And but Frank's gonna stream, Kyle, and then Clubhouse, and then me, and a lot of people should be joining. It's gonna be regular happy hour, so we're gonna have probably 8, 10, 12, who knows how many people on the happy hour. It was a fun time last year. Had a really great time with it last year, so I decided to do it again, and hope you guys can come hang out with us for that. So that's going to happen on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to go POTA in a couple different places down South Texas, and then Support Your Parks weekend, middle of January, Winter Field Day, end of January. So lots of ham radio crap happening this month, or next month, I guess technically, but should be all really fun. Get some good
pretty jam packed. It's gonna be a busy month for amateur radio.
Yep. I got the Hamcation guys coming back on the channel. They emailed me about a week ago and they said, hey, we want to come back on the channel and talk about all the updates that have been made. Cool new stuff to Hamcation. So I forget, I've got it on the calendar. I don't remember what the date is, but they're going to be coming back on in the next couple of weeks, sometime in January.
Nice.
So Orlando Hamcation is happening in February. That should be fun. You're going to fly to where, Mike?
Fort Myers.
Fort Myers.
Okay. I'll be flying into Fort Myers. My dad lives in somewhere else. I can't remember. Lake Placid, I think it's called. It's where old people go to die, and there's $1 million stores there. It's actually a really nice area. But it's in the middle of the state, kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like it's a retirement community, the whole area. But there's lakes everywhere, and it's awesome. So I'll have a good time. But it's like 3 hours south of Orlando. So my dad and I are going to drive there.
Okay.
Because he's a ham, so we'll spend the day together at the Ham Fest, and then
good.
He's gonna head back, and then I'm gonna stay the night. Not sure where I'm staying though. So maybe I won't be staying the night. I don't know. But the plan is I'm gonna stay the night, and then Matt will drive me back because he lives south of where my dad lives. So I'll drive back to my dad's house and then fly back to Texas. So
cool. Okay. Well, Frank and I are flying in Wednesday night. We're flying into Orlando. And then we're going to stay, I forget where we're staying. We got a hotel. And we're flying home Sunday evening. So we'll be there for a few days there. And then Justin Murillo in the chat, are y'all doing anything in Ohio? Next time I'll be in Ohio is May for Hamvention. As far as I know, I don't have myself scheduled to be in Ohio before May.
As a Michigander, I try and spend as little time in Ohio as possible.
Yeah. Well.
But I'll go for Dayton.
Yeah. Dayton's worth it. So I haven't, Mike, there's this video marketing conference that's in Las Vegas every year. Well, they did it virtually this year. And he changes it around. Sometimes he'll do it in September. I think this year was in October. It's in freaking May next year. And it's it's Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday after Hamvention. And I thought, okay, I'm going to have to fly to Hamvention, hang out there. I'm going to have to fly out Sunday so I can fly to Vegas and then go home from there. But I was going to miss the ability to drive to Dayton. So I'm rethinking that now. I'm thinking maybe I'll skip it this year. I haven't decided yet. I would really, really, really rather drive to Dayton. It's a fun drive and hang out there for, a day or two extra and a day or two on the front and the back of it. Mm-hmm. Hit up some parks on the way here and there.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that, but I haven't decided yet. So I don't know. Let me know what you think your plans might be for Dayton, because
I haven't even thought about that yet.
Okay. All right. Well, the only reason I'm thinking about it is because that video conference is happening, and I was like, I really wanted to go to that, but.
Well, you ain't towing the trailer to Dayton.
Fingers crossed, I will have a new trailer by then. I'm going to. Somebody was asking about that in the chat earlier. After January's done, after Winter Field Day's done, I'm going to start looking at getting a new at selling my current trailer and getting a new trailer.
Yeah.
With something that's much smaller and lighter that I can pull around without the hassle in my non-diesel 4x4 pickup, and if it's what I'm looking at, I haven't decided which one to get yet, but one of the ones I'm looking at has a double bed in the front of the trailer, a table that folds down into the bed like my current trailer has, and then a double bunk bed in the back, so it'll sleep 4 people. And it's much small. It's shorter. It's only single axle, much lighter weight.
Yeah.
So probably looking at so once I get something like that, I'm going to pull that to Dayton. I'm going to pull it to Huntsville. And
right on.
So
yeah, I'll road trip to Dayton. I don't care.
All right.
I can't do it at 60 miles an hour though.
It was kind of a beating, wasn't it?
That was rough.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was fun though. We had a good time.
It was a fun time. Yeah.
But that was only like 700 miles. Dayton's twice that. So.
I don't think it's that far.
It's pretty close.
I think Huntsville. See, I don't look at miles. I look at hours. Huntsville is like 10 hours. This is driving the speed limit and not towing anything. Huntsville's about 10 hours. Dayton's about 14 or 15, I think. So it's like 50% farther, something like that.
It could be.
But because I've made the drive to Dayton twice. The last 2 years, it is South Ohio too. Because I'm thinking it was 20 hours from Detroit to Houston. So, and you're 3 hours north of me, and then Dayton's 4 hours south of Detroit. Yeah.
So
it's 18 hours.
14 hours could be. Yeah. I'd buy that.
It's 18 and a half hours from here to Orlando. I've made that drive too. And Dayton is four-ish hours shorter than that. That's why I'm just like 18, because I've made that drive. Well, I've ridden with somebody out there 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, I don't think 18 and a half hours. That's too much. Yeah. I might do that one of these years, but I'm going to take like 3 days to get there. We get up and drive for 6 hours, camp at a state park that night, drink some beer, make some contacts. I might do that one of these years. I'm not doing that this year though.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it's not quite as far to Dayton as it is to that. But
yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right. Well, we'll talk about it between here and then. So thanks for hopping on the stream today, Mike.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet.
Always have a good time.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. It's always fun to talk about POTA for sure. So we should have a fun time this weekend as well. So looking forward to I'm seriously looking forward to get back out and doing more POTA, because I haven't really done a POTA in a long. It's been too long. So jeez, I gotta remedy that. I'm gonna start putting POTA on my calendar every month. So go do POTA this day.
Yep.
So cool. Well, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And you guys in the chat, thanks for being here today. Those of you who definitely check the playlist. Those of you on Team Replay, I'll put all the links we talked about today in the description. I'll go update that right now. So go check out those links, including the playlist for this weekend. Hope to see you guys in the chat then. And those of you coming down to POTA with us, either in Galveston or Huntsville, I will see you all this weekend. So 73 to all. Have a good day. And go out and ham harder today.
Yes. Ham harder.
Always ham harder. 73 all.
Bye, everybody.